their vehicles, their police vehicles, at the beginning of school all around the state of Rhode Island to, again, show that we're serious about having people and the families feel safe and that everything that's being done to make sure that that happens on a statewide basis, because this has become a statewide issue that is being impacted families and people throughout the state of Rhode Island. Mayor.
Now we'll hear from Colonel Oscar Perez.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for being here again. Here we are once again to provide you some of the highlights and the progress that the Providence Police Department, along with several agencies, have gotten together and stepped up to come up to this. I want to remind you that this is a very active investigation, very complex investigation, and it's the dedicated work of the men and women of the Providence Police Department, the Detective Division, the Community Response Team, the Special Response Team. It's all hands on deck. And on top of it all, you have the state police who's assisting us and every other federal partner that has been in this building for several hours. And I want to commend and applaud them for the work that they have done. And that includes the FBI, HSI.
A man run over not once but twice in this awful video. I'm Jessica Dupnack. It was a hard case to crack, but we have a major update from Detroit Police tonight.
Man punched in the face by a police officer. The injury so bad he lost his eye completely. I'm Dave Spencer, and I'll show you what a jury had to say about this case.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
A hit-and-run case we've been following since last summer in Detroit has been solved. Good evening, everybody. I'm Root Barrage. Let's get live to Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack with our top story. She's live tonight with the details of what we learned. And Jess, the driver allegedly gave police their biggest clue.
Yeah, he incriminated himself. That's according to Detroit Police. And Roop, this is a story that you might remember. 33-year-old Darnell Scott, he's from Detroit. He was hit not once but twice. Neither driver stopped. This was all last June on Detroit's west side, and it was all caught on video that is very tough to watch. Let's take a look at a clip of that video right now. It's hard to make out exactly what's what, but 33-year-old Darnell was hit twice and died right there on 7 Mile near Gilchrist. Neither driver that hit him stopped. Now, since then, Detroit Police Fatal Squad has painstakingly been piecing together footage from green light cameras and license plate readers across the city, leading them to a man named Daryl Reiff. He's been arrested and charged for failing to stop at the scene of an accident causing death. Now, there's some pretty damning evidence in this case. Reiff apparently filed a car insurance claim after the crash and lied about how he got the damage.
In the claim that he filed to the insurance company, it was consistent with the damage that was at the scene location, and we were able to utilize that to submit a warrant over to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
So he kind of incriminated himself in a way.
Absolutely, he lied.
We just solved a hit and run this past week from 2019 and got a warrant. So we are always looking at our open cases, and when we get tips or evidence, such as DNA or something like that, that comes up, it's solvable.
Now, Daryl Reiff was given a $250,000 personal bond, which means he is out of custody for now as his case moves forward. As you can imagine, the victim's family is not happy with that personal bond that was doled out by a judge back in November. You'll hear from that family coming up later on The Edge. But for now, reporting live in the newsroom, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what exactly he told the insurance company and others out there after this, I want to call it an accident, after this happened. What was the thing that he said? What did he say he hit?
That's just it. All that he said is that he was involved in a crash, and then he described the damage to his vehicle, and it was consistent with him allegedly hitting the victim. So it was very easy for police to piece all of this together. And I do want to reiterate what Detroit Police told me earlier today. They said once you leave the scene of a crash, that's when it becomes criminal. All you have to do is stop, call 911. If you don't want to stop right there, if it's unsafe, just go to a police precinct and stop it all before it becomes into criminal charges.
It's an important lesson there. Jessica Dupnack for us live tonight. Thank you. Now to this, a federal jury awards $4 million after finding a Clinton Township police officer guilty of using excessive force on a man who was running from the officer. Let's get live to Fox News' Dave Spencer. He joins us in studio to explain how the jury was able to reach this verdict. Dave.
Yeah, Rip, this incident happened about 4 years ago, and now according to the victim's attorney, justice has been served with a $4 million verdict, but Daniel Reiff's life will never be the same.
Attention, dude! Yeah, baby!
That was the voice of Officer Brock Setty with the Clinton Township Police Department as he's responding to a call of a suspicious person back in 2021. Now, according to attorney John Marko, the call came in on the non-emergency police line from a neighbor reporting a suspicious person cutting through yards. Marko says his client, Daniel Reiff, had just gotten off a bus and was walking to a friend's house. When Reiff saw police closing in, he admittedly ran due to his anxiety and a history of drug addiction. When Officer Setty caught up with Reiff, Reiff was taken to the ground. While on the ground, a jury found that Officer Setty used excessive force, punching him in the eye, breaking bones, and ultimately causing Reiff to lose his eye completely.
Police rolled up on him. There was like all kinds of cop cars, and he got scared. He said, I didn't do anything wrong. They tried to stop him, and he took off running. Now, you know, maybe he should have done that, but he didn't deserve to lose his eyesight and be brutally maimed for the rest of his life. And that's what happened. The defendant chased him down. My client fell. It's all on video. And he got sucker punched right in the face by the police officer at full force. He actually broke his teeth out. He exploded his eyeball. The doctor said it was like a grape being exploded. You ever see a grape that you squeeze it and you explode it? That's what happened to his eye.
Reiff's attorney says the medical bills were in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in addition to awarding $4 million, the jury did something else to send a message. We'll explain more on that in The Edge at 11.
Now, Dave, you mentioned this happened basically 4 years ago. Yeah. How is the defendant doing now? Those pictures were terrible.
Yeah, his medical bills are continuing to pile up. He still needs treatment. He's getting fitted for a glass eye, and he's experiencing PTSD from all of this happening, according to his attorney there. So he's not doing good, and the officer, we're told, remains on the job. In fact, he's a sergeant now.
We'll have to watch carefully for your next report coming up on The Edge at 11 on this. Thank you, Dave Spencer, for that live report.
I'm meteorologist Rick Schluterman. Another cold night for us. We did have a round of snow early this morning between 8:30 and 10:30. That's long gone. It's going to be cold and dry for the rest of tonight. Let me show you the current reading. 17 for us, 19 Port Huron. There's Toledo at 17. Grand Rapids coming in 19 degrees. There's still a breeze out there, so when you factor in the breeze, wind chills in a lot of locations in the single digits. Obviously, it's going to be very cold for the rest of tonight. How about some live pictures right here in Southfield? That's 9 Mile Road. It's quiet out there, and you'll see the numbers. Overnight tonight, we'll drop a few more degrees. Keep those pets inside, that's for sure. Here's a look at your Tuesday planner. Sun and clouds tomorrow. We're going to be back close to 30 degrees by late in the afternoon. And then how about some milder air? Yes, a thaw for Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday looks wet, and then Thursday night could be a bit icy as colder air rushes in on the backside of our next frontal boundary. We'll be watching that. We're going to give you a check of the full 7-day forecast coming up in 20. Root, back to you.
All right, Rich. Thank you. Well, the reach of the Fox 2 problem solvers, as you know, is far and wide. Right now, the alleged leader of a group of traveling contractors sure knows that. He is behind bars 1,000 miles away from here. And the authorities are giving credit, at least some of it, to Fox 2 problem solver Rob Wolchek. Not the first time you've gotten this kind of credit, Rob.
Yeah, well, thank you, Roop. You know, this guy comes into your neighborhood and he puts on a show. He and his crew say they can fix up your porch, your steps, your roof. He takes your money, starts the job, and then moves on to another city. He did it here in Detroit. I did a story on him, and it may have helped catch the convict months later. The show's over for this guy. At least that's what the authorities are saying. My problem solver update is next.